Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Have you ever felt a bit lost when you're trying to teach your student how to speak or listen in English? Like you have the materials, but you don't know how to make them actually communicate. If that sounds like you, then I have something special today. Hi, my name is Anisatun and my last student number is 132. And I'm going to introduce you to a book that changed the way I look at teaching. It's called Teaching English Second Language or English Foreign Language, Listening and Speaking by I.S.P Nation and Jonathan Newton. So, what is this book about? Basically, it's a guide for us. As English education students and English teacher, the goal is to help us design a balanced language program. So the authors talk about four strands. They said student needs first, meaning focus input, learning through listening and reading. Second, meaning focus output, learning through speaking and writing. The third one is language focused learning. So student deliberate study of grammar and vocabulary. The fourth one and the last one is fluency development. So student getting faster and smoother with what they already know. Nation and Newton argue that each of these strands should take up about 25% of the class time. So if you spend all your time only on grammar, your class isn't balanced. This book is perfect for anyone who teach beginners in language teaching because the techniques are very practical and easy to follow. Let's talk about why I love this book. I found three main strengths here. First, it's very practical. For example, in chapter 4, they explain running dictation. It's a game where students run, read, and write. It combines all four skills that makes the class high energy and helps students notice their own mistakes in a fun way. The book even tells you exactly how to manage notes and how to check the result step by step. Second, it's super organized. Each chapter has a clear focus. For example, in chapter 2, they introduced the minus principles for beginners. Minus stands for meaning, interest, new language, understanding, and stress-free. It teaches us that for beginners, the lesson doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to be meaningful and most importantly, stress-free so students aren't afraid to make mistakes. The third one is focus on fluency. Many books only focus on grammar, but this book reminds us that students need to speak naturally and smoothly, not just correctly. And my favorite activity mentioned in chapter 6 is the 4-3-2 techniques. A student tells a story to a partner A for 4 minutes. Then they tell the same story to the partner B in 3 minutes. And finally, the partner C to partner C in 2 minutes. Because the time gets shorter, the students naturally stop saying or and becomes much more confident. But of course, no book is perfect, right? And here's the few things to keep in mind. 1. The visual is a bit old school. It mostly text and black and white. So if you like books with lots of colorful and pictures or modern layout, this might look a bit boring at first. 2. The academic language. Since this is a professional reference from Routledge, some term in theory section can be quite difficult. So you might need to check a dictionary or read slowly to really understand the point. The 3, it's slightly outdated in technology. Well, it was published in 2009, so it doesn't talk about internet, social media, or AI. This means we as Gen Z teachers have to work harder to adapt these activities. For example, instead of a paper in running dictation, maybe we can use QR codes. The principles are still gold, but the tools we need to update it. Still to update it to um, into our modern digital classroom. Now, why should you read this book? Listen, as a future English teacher, our biggest challenge is making our students feel confident. We don't want them to just memorize words. We want them to talk to the world. This book doesn't just give you theories that you will forget after the exam. It gives you the tools that you can use in your classroom tomorrow morning. It teaches you how to monitor progress and how to test speaking fairly. If you want to be a teacher who is creative, organized, and truly loved by your student, this book is your best friend. So, are you ready for transform your classroom? Go read this book and trust me, your future student will thank you. And that's all from me. Thank you for listening. I'm Nada Anisatun. Thank you very much for watching. Happy teaching and see you. Bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.